Where am I?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Who said that?
Relax, man. I got this.
What is that noise coming from?
Sorry, I had to silence him. Anyways, Sonic the Hedgehog has been on multiple platforms. From his original appearance on the Sega Genesis to the Gamecom?
I told you not to do this video.
But today, I'll be playing what I think are the weirdest ports for these games, including games from Sonic 1 all the way to Sonic 3, except for the 8-bit games, and except for the Japanese exclusives. So without wasting any more time, because goodness gracious, this intro is long, let's go! I got this game digitally since the Xbox S series does not take disc. So besides that, if you go to the Green Hill level and then go up to the Sega Genesis, then you can play Sonic the Hedgehog. So game's technically just Sonic the Hedgehog. You could change the camera view and there's no spin dash. And for some odd reason, the audio sounds extremely off. Now, y'all guys must be saying, this is just emulated gameplay. Which, yeah, it basically is. It's not even good emulation either. There's just something off about the audio that kept bothering me. Besides the audio, I would just say that the controls felt kind of off. But maybe that's because I wasn't playing on Sega Genesis or anything. They don't feel bad, they just felt off. And besides that, it's just emulated gameplay. So overall, I suggest you just emulate the game yourself. You'll have a better experience if you emulate. Make sure you own the game first. I don't want to be held responsible for piracy. Is this working? Yeah, hopefully. Anyways, hello random person, and if you're hearing this, then one of my failed lab experiments has now taken on your form. Yeah. And it's now trying to impersonate you, and just be you, I guess. I don't have enough time on this recording, so go to the next CD if you want more instructions. You ever want to play the original Genesis build of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the go? Well, let me introduce you to the greatest thing known to man ever since sliced bread. Sonic 2 for the 3DS. Or 3D Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm pretty sure this is official, by the way. So this is also emulation, I think. I'm not sure. But they actually add some stuff to the game. They add this neat looking menu to the game. An easier way to access stage select. A pause menu when you pause the game. And they have this mode called Ring Keeper mode. That lets you keep a little bit of rings when you get hit. And did I mention that this game also works with 3D? Well, you can't see it here, but you'll have to trust me. And the audio is okay. The one thing I don't really like is how it uses the original Genesis version instead of using the 2013 one. Because this was released in 2015. Now that I think about this, it's probably due to limitations. And don't forget, multiplayer. You could play multiplayer on this too. But since my friends aren't available right now, I'll be playing this alone. Well, ain't that neat? So if you have a 3DS, then I recommend you get this game. Now.
Okay, so I found the second disc. I gotta keep it quiet though. I don't want him hearing me.
So I'm
assuming by now that you're probably annoyed by my lab experiment. Well, I would tell you how to get rid of him, but I don't know yet. I don't know how to. I don't know. I barely know anything about this thing, but what I gathered, he'll want you to do tasks. Tasks of what exactly? I don't know. But if you refuse, then he will take extreme measures. Like, extreme measures on you. Not saying they could be life-threatening or anything. Just saying that they could vary. So I suggest that you do this task until I could come up with something else.
In my last video, I talked about Sonic CD's 2011 port, but I did not talk about Sonic CD's 2012 port. There's not that many differences, so this will be quick. This version has a launcher that lets you select your language. These guys are in the credits. When you pause the game, you get these options on the side, and you can't play back the cutscenes anymore, which I think were just an iPhone thing. The other features in this video, I've already explained in the last video, and those are the only differences. I kind of recommend you get this if you want to play a more modern version of Sonic CD without having to get Origins. You could probably find an archive for this game online somewhere.
So there should be some new stuff on this one.
So I discovered something new about him that could link to his weakness. He doesn't like writing with pen. I know that sounds stupid, but he doesn't like writing with pen. Another thing he doesn't like is popcorn. It's because, like, he could easily choke on the kernels and stuff. And he doesn't like that. So I suggest you find a way out of wherever you are and make some popcorn.
To save you time, this is also just emulated gameplay. I just wanted to include it in this video since it's a really weird way to play this game, especially since it times you on the game. Besides that, it's just Sonic 3.
Can I leave now? I did all what you wanted me to do.
No, you cannot. The video's unfinished.
What do you mean it's been unfinished?
Where am I?
There's something called the Sega Smash Pack for the Nintendo GBA. And apparently, it has Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball on here.
So this is the game I forgot to include. The GBA obviously had its limitations, so there was a few things that they couldn't do. So with the music, it was either there but in a really compressed sounding way, or just didn't exist at all. But the music's not as important as the gameplay, and the gameplay felt just as it would on the Sega Genesis. And those were really the only noticeable differences about this. And I don't think anyone will care since no one has been past Toxic Caves.
I did all the tasks. What is there left to do?
See, I was like too lazy to pop it, so like...
No! No! What are you doing? No!
Well, I'll just leave it here if you want it.